World Laboratory Day, celebrating innovation in pharmaceutical drug development. In recognition of World Laboratory Day, we shine a spotlight on the pivotal role laboratories play in transforming the healthcare landscape. At the forefront of this revolution is a leading CDMO startup, 1023. Based in Switzerland and led by Professor Dr. Hanns-Christian Mahler, their mission is to translate molecules and innovative therapeutic ideas into safe, stable, and effective injectable medicines. Their commitment to sustainability and expansion makes them a beacon of hope in an industry often criticized for pollution. This Swiss CDMO startup excels in guiding clients through every phase of the pharmaceutical journey, from early drug development to full commercialization. Leveraging its cutting-edge expertise and state-of-the-art facilities, the company is adept at converting initial molecular discoveries into viable therapeutic solutions. Whether it's a novel biologic or a small molecule, they ensure that the resulting injectable medicines meet the highest standards of stability, efficacy, and safety. The 2023 Fairstainability Impact Report highlights the company's dedication to sustainability. They have established themselves as leaders in promoting environmentally responsible practices in an industry frequently criticized for its environmental footprint. Their innovative approaches to waste reduction, energy efficiency, and sustainable sourcing set a new standard for pharmaceutical manufacturing, proving that growth and environmental consciousness can go hand in hand. In an industry dominated by giants, this CDMO startup's smaller size is a strategic advantage. Their agility enables them to adapt swiftly to client needs and market demands, offering personalized service and innovative solutions that larger corporations often overlook. This flexibility fosters strong partnerships and enables them to navigate complex regulatory environments with agility and precision. The company has embarked on an ambitious expansion project to increase its large-scale production capacity. This initiative underscores their commitment to meeting the growing demand for high-quality pharmaceutical solutions. By enhancing their production capabilities, they are positioned to not only support their current partners, but also to accommodate a broader range of projects, further solidifying their role as a key player in the pharmaceutical development landscape. On this World Laboratory Day, we celebrate the contributions of this Swiss CDMO startup under the leadership of Professor Dr. Hanns-Christian Mahler. Their unwavering commitment to drug development, sustainability, and growth sets a new benchmark in the industry. Their story is one of innovation, responsibility, and the transformative power of scientific discovery. We are joined today by Professor Dr. Hanns-Christian Mahler. Dr. Mahler is CEO and board member at 1023 Health. How does 1023's work reflect the significance of World Laboratory Day in advancing pharmaceutical innovation?
Thank you very much for the kind introduction and for having me. The World Laboratory Day was set in place to actually provide a framework and to celebrate where great inventions actually come together and put to practice to make the world a better and unique place, which is pretty much in line with 1023's mission and our commitments for patients, people, and planet. And that's where I definitely recognize, the advancements that industry as a whole is making and our small contributions that we can put on top of it.
And can you talk us through the history of the company?
Yeah, thank you. So the general idea and conceptualization of 1023 Health was at the beginning of 2021, where I think even before we had a business plan and before we had a name, thinking about what the needs in the pharma sector actually would be also going forward in the next 5 to 10 years. And this is where our tagline and commitments on patients, people, planet actually came from, where it's all about making an impact for patients by developing safe, effective, but also very well usable and differentiated medicines. And that aspect of usability, I think it's something that cannot be, stressed upon enough. But secondly, also an organization and a company where, human centricity, and that means us as employees, society, families of employees, humankind as a whole, if you want, and then also the care and need to care for for the planet, and basically having thinking about the planet as being one of the owners and having a seat at the table. That was the general conceptualization with the support of the 3i Group, which is a private equity investor based in London. We basically brought this to life in 2021. Had the naming and the branding developed, launched the company in September 2021 in Basel, Switzerland. Acquired a company in southern Switzerland in Fis Valley, which was basically integrated, and we are growing and expanding ever since.
And how does the company support clients through the various stages of pharmaceutical development, from early drug development to full commercialization?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, obviously, the importance of a medicine starts with the active pharmaceutical ingredient, so with the active molecule or therapeutic modality, as it's more commonly called these days. So, which could be, imagine a monoclonal antibody or a small molecule, chemically synthesized small molecule. The challenge usually it definitely doesn't end here, because that molecule needs to be transformed into a medicine. And in our case, our support here is to develop an injectable, for example, a product in a syringe with an appropriate formulation that can be adequately used by a patient to actually treat his or her disease or prevent disease, etc. During the R&D stage of such a drug, that could be generally separated in preclinical and clinical testing. Our support from 1023 can start as early as supporting clients in the selection of the appropriate molecule from a formulation and stability perspective. We can support them with development, manufacturing, and testing of their sterile medicines alongside the preclinical and clinical development stages, and taking them as far as commercialization, and then could support also their commercialization journey, either on the current asset or by the new production lines that we have and set up right now.
And what sustainable practices, highlighted in the 2023 Fairstainability Impact Report, has 1023 implemented to promote environmentally responsible pharmaceutical manufacturing?
Yeah, I mean, for us, sustainability is really part of our DNA, and that was actually part of the conceptualization of the organization. And it's not because it's a legal requirement. Actually, it's not a legal requirement for us. It's only a legal requirement, finally, thankfully, for larger corporates. For us, sustainability is a business priority because it's the right thing to do. And our approach is really from end to end. It's about thinking from sourcing to purchasing. It's about thinking through employee benefits, operations, waste efficiency, innovation, anything to office refurbishments that we did. It's about how we operate our new production lines. And so it's an end-to-end process where we've implemented all the various measures of monitoring things to reduction. We are collaborating and have some very cool partnerships with other organizations. Then, for example, helped us in driving, getting moors and piers basically being rebuilt. We are collaborating with a Swiss-based company who are taking CO2 out of the air and basically converting that to stone to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So our approaches are pretty broad, I would probably say, and that we've been able to kind of disrupt in this sector of pharmaceuticals. Also, as a B Corp pending, I also think that this is our responsibility, and their tagline is businesses doing in business for good, which definitely resonates very well. For the pharmaceutical production and product design specifically, just one highlight: we've been collaborating also with a company from some MIT, Harvard inventors, where we are leveraging artificial intelligence and process design. So the way you design the manufacturing processes, for example, of a sterile product, or even the way your component selection goes for medicines will determine significantly what footprint these medicines will finally have in the overall life cycle of their existence. So, and with that collaboration with our partner, I think we've been driving forward the innovation on how you actually do product development, for example.
And could you talk us through how AI is currently enhancing your processes?
So, firstly, the referenced AI activity for us right now, this is a innovation program that we're having with a startup called Elio, and this ex MIT Harvard chaps basically who started the company. With their tools, the general idea and process is, and we're basically in piloting phase right now, is to have a look at the pharmaceutical medicines, which has a different level of, it has different components, it has different excipients, it has different primary packaging materials, but also there's different raw materials and processes involved in pharmaceutical manufacturing. For example, it will make a significant difference if you freeze dry something or dry a final product or not. And with that tool, it will be much simpler to actually kind of have an evaluation of the different process versions or process iterations that are considerable for a product, and to calculate from it a potential holistic footprint, and making sure that the choices that you are making for pharmaceutical product design, and I'm not meaning the graphics here, but like the choice of components and the choice of processing steps and unit operations, that this is basically ensuring not only a reliable product that is cost efficient, but also a product that during its whole life cycle will have a minimal footprint.
And how does the company's smaller size enable it to offer personalized services and innovative solutions in a competitive industry?
Yeah, I do think that that our company size, but also our company operating system, like the way we've actually we've structured the organization, which is not in a traditional pyramidic hierarchy-driven organization. So both size and structure and setup are actually enabling us to be acting very agile and fast. And for any discussions that we're having with our customers, who can be startups, but also larger pharma corporations, the focus is really to make sure that we ask the right questions, and then we can support with bespoke and very customized suggestions on and options for the development or whatever is basically being asked for the client. So the offers are very bespoke, very customized, including already mitigations, like if this is the road, these are the 3 challenges that you may encounter, and this is maybe the things that you could do to make sure that that our clients have always informed can take informed risk for their next steps during the journey of a medicine, plus basically making sure that we always act in the best interest of our final customer and our customers, which is patients.
And what is the aim of the company's expansion project, and how will it enhance your capabilities in the pharmaceutical development landscape?
We have a range of expansion going on, and also to be just saying it, I think a focus for us is really sustainable growth and not just growth for the sake of growth. The growth that we're having is on our existing sites in Basel and Visp in Switzerland. For example, we've been adding additional laboratories to complement our service portfolio, adding quality control and quality release, which will translate into basically faster overall delivery of projects for our customers, and faster delivery of project basically means that medicines would be developed and manufactured and made available to patients in a faster way, which is basically our goal. Secondly, we are adding additional sterile manufacturing capacity at our Visp site in Valais, Switzerland, and this will actually help to address the needs from a volume perspective. to make sure that the medicines that we're manufacturing today will be made available also in sufficient quantities going forward. Plus, also we can then produce medicines that are currently out of scope. So, as an example, we are currently not producing freeze-dried medicines, and that will be made possible with our so-called Line 3 expansion in FISP.
And where can listeners go for more information, Dr. Mahler?
Check us out on any search engine when you search for 1023 Health, or check out our website at www.ten231023.health.
Professor Dr. Hanns-Christian Mahler, CEO and board member at 1023 Health, thank you so much for joining us today.